At every stage of innovation, technology shifts have been swift. Moving from DOS-like terminals to desktop GUIs was one such jump. Moving from dedicated desktops to laptops to tablets and now phones. We are on the cusp of another such revolution with AR and VR. AR and VR are changing computing. Whether it's the Apple Vision Pro or the Quest 3 or even something like the XReal glasses and Beam Pro, change is coming. As some of you may have seen from my other videos, the Quest 3 has offered up new opportunities to work in 3D space. The biggest change was that monitors are not necessarily physical things on your desk. Instead, you can add or remove them at will, augmenting your workflow. The one thing that the Vision Pro and Quest have, however, is that these are computers. With nothing more than a little fold-up keyboard and trackpad, you can now plop down anywhere and work in an immersive space. Now, office work is something that we've all done. For documentation, data entry, there are native applications available on the Quest 3 and Vision Pro. Microsoft supports their suite on both, opening up opportunities to work on the device. The built-in browsers make it possible to do the same for online systems like Azure DevOps, for product documentation and issue tracking. Programming directly in VR on the Quest is a place where it is further along than I expected, but also further behind where it needs to be. The biggest point of weakness is the lack of Git support. There are projects like mGit that can be installed, but that requires sideloading. The same goes for tools like Termux to get a full Linux box on your headset. It's useful, but it requires sideloading. Now, one highlight, however, is that both Godot Game Engine 4 and Acode work quite well on the headset. Godot Engine even offers 2D, 3D, and VR HMD rendering options, and this can be built and tested directly on the Quest. So source control is the weakest link here when it comes to working in VR for software. Now, Visual Studio and VS Code are both absent. However, the latter can be accessed via the browser version, which provides some, but not all of its normal feature set. So I can't speak to the capabilities on the Vision Pro because I don't own one. I've only demoed it, but I imagine it's likely worse with even stricter sideloading limitations. Now, user interface and experience, as well as comfort, are something else. Just because you can do these things doesn't mean that it's really fit for daily driving. With the advancements in the comfort of the Quest 3 and the 3S, it does feel like we're approaching a point where a person can sit down at a desk and work in VR for hours. But at the moment, the weight of the headset and the battery life really make this start to feel a little tedious at the 2-hour mark. But your mileage may vary. Now, the future outlook is fairly bright. Meta has definitely committed to a more open ecosystem with the Horizon OS launch, hopefully leading to some collaboration, at least on app standards, with Google down the road. With Google bringing the Android XR offerings, I'm hopeful. If more and more developers can find value in these platforms, as well as Apple's, the future does look bright. As projects like Orion, the Beam Pro, and others begin to offer smaller packages that provide the power of Horizon OS, Android XR, and Vision OS, the drawbacks start to fade. I really hope these improvements land sooner rather than later because I'm so ready to get my hands on some AR glasses with hand tracking and the ability to take calls. I feel like we're so close. Even if it's going to be a little bulky to start with, we're almost there. What are you looking for in these new technology shifts? Let me know in the comments, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.